Hello, I'm the Guitar Geek, and this is the CST24 Deluxe from Harley Benton. Now, we all know what this is. It's a Harley Benton copy of a guitar made by a company that begins with P, ends with S, and has an R in the middle. It is pretty faithful to it, and is cheap. Cheap as chips. It is nowhere near the price of what this guitar is inspired by or is a tribute to. But does it hold up as a guitar? Specs. We've got a mahogany body, a mahogany neck. It's a set glued joint. We've got a Rose Acer fingerboard, which is a thermally treated maple wood. It's dark, it's brown. It looks a little bit like rosewood. It's kind of more grey than a rosewood, and it certainly feels like a rosewood. So I don't know what exactly the fingerboard does for tone, if anything. Comments below. But it certainly feels good. It doesn't feel cheap, and it doesn't look cheap and nasty. If I can just get that into this camera here, it looks good. It looks the part. Look at that top. It is maple. It is flamed, and it's probably a laminate. I don't know to be sure. But what I can tell you is it looks good. I'm not a flame guy, but this thing has grabbed my eye. I had the choice of colours, because they do these in a few colours, and this is the one I went for. I think it looks nice. I think it was the most PRS looking one out of the colours. This one comes with Roswell pickups, which Thomann and Harley Benton have started using as of recently, sometime. They used to use Wilkinson pickups, but now they're doing the Roswell ones. I don't know much about them, honestly. This is the first Roswell pickup 6-string that I've played, so I'm excited. I'm going to find out if they're any good. Gear-wise, I'm running the guitar into a pedal board, which has got the tuner, the X-Pandora distortion fuzz kind of thing, Bad Monkey tube overdrive from Digitech, the Snakebite reverb from K-Lane, and the Ditto from TC Electronic if I'm going to loop anything. Amp-wise, I've got my Honey Boy 5-watt, which is based on the Princeton circuit, but that, this time, because this is more of a rock guitar, is going into the Harley Benton Vertical 212, which has got vintage V30s from Celestion in it. That's a lot of information. That was kind of not enough breathing. Let's play guitar. Frets, it's got them. It's got 24 of them. The fret wire itself looks sort of medium jumbo, and straight off the action is pretty good. This has come out of the box and gets the same treatment that every guitar gets at Thomann, so I've done nothing special to it. The neck is bound, but the frets are over top of the binding. They're not in the binding like it is on a Gibson. The frets do not bite you. There is nothing sharp there going on at all. The neck has a very poly feeling to it. It's a little sticky, and I'm a big fan of satin, so we can sort of slide around and sweat to your heart's content. If I were to keep this, or if I was to buy one of these, I would want to sort of sand that down a little bit to give me less of a sticky feeling. We've got a C-shaped profile, and it's really slim. It's like tiny. It's almost like a wizard neck from Ibanez. The fretboard itself is really flat. It's got a 350mm radius, which in inches. What is 350mm in inches?
The answer is 13.78 inches.
13.78. So let's round that up to 14 inches. It's a 14-inch scale fretboard. Lovely. Thin as you like. So it's very Ibanez in feeling. One of my favourite guitar feels. It's got 6 tuners, 1 per string, and these are darned good. I have just tuned the guitar before starting this video, and they're smooth as you like, and they're also responsive, so you're not turning for ages and the string is going around. You want to tune these, they stay in tune. I would have preferred locking tuners. I know Harley Benton are starting to do locking tuners. That would have been cool on this. That would have been sort of the icing on the cake. Cherry on the icing? Cherries and cakes. We've got a wraparound bridge, keeping it even more RS style. That's compensated, and It looks like the one from Wilkinson. I don't know if it is, but you can adjust. If I just show that camera, you can get some good intonation apparently by adjusting this little beastie here. So your G string and your B string should be okay. It comes with the Dario strings. That's nice. I can see them in there. They're bright little coloured balls. There are no flying animals on the fingerboard. It is dots all the way, which to me often says cheap and the cheapest option, but I think it looks good. I think it fits it. It looks kind of like the Red Special from Brian May. It's Alnico 5 magnets in here, so that's a pretty high output pickup. I'm not much of a P something S player. I don't have one. I've never owned one. I did play an SE Santana many years ago, and then went up through the range and ended up with a sort of custom thing that the guy tried to sell me somewhere in Bristol, and walked away having played one of the best guitars I'd ever played at that point in my life. But the guitar didn't speak to me. I guess that means it's doing its job rather well, because I'm not a fan of the guitar that it's trying to be, because that guitar doesn't speak to me very much. It's just good, reliable, sounds good, but has lacking in character. And as a non-PRS player, this feels pretty much like it. It's a great guitar, this. I haven't talked money yet. This is 188 euros, which in dollars and pounds is... And that is a redonkulous price, because that is a heck of a lot of a guitar for the money. Yes, it has faults, which I'll go over now. Let's get rid of this pick. It has some paint flaws. Round here, there's a little bit of paint on the binding. The fretboard itself, there's some sort of paint or something on the binding again. I'm wondering if that could be scraped off. I don't know. On the fretboard itself, I don't know if I can pick it up on that camera, but on the in between the second frets there, here, there's some issues with the wood there, where you've got like a little, I don't know if it's a scratch, but it's a fault. It kind of looks like a split, but it's not affecting the playability, but you know, to look at, it's not nice. That's a two-piece body, I think. What I can definitely see is the two pieces here. This is a very clear definition, defined look just there. What they've done is they've got the neck, and then there's this heel bit stuck on, and then that glued together, and that glued into the body. That's to save money, so you're not cutting away and losing all this wood. The pickups in this are super high output Alnico 5s, and I'm having a problem getting clean tones from the Honey Boy. Now, I may have chosen the wrong amp for this demo, but I wanted this one because it was set up and I like the sound. Luckily, the guitar has a secret mode, which is not so secret because they've put a great big tab just there, which you've probably seen and read already. It says push-pull coil tap, which they probably mean core split, but it doesn't matter what it does. It gives you a kind of single coil tone and halves the output of the pickups. Here's the bridge pickup in humbucker normal mode. Now I'm going to pull this out, turning it into effectively a single coil. Humbucker. Does the same on the neck, so humbucker neck. Single coil. I find that more noticeable on the neck. Okay. That is a very useful feature to have, and that makes this guitar so much more versatile, and could even take it to just the one guitar that you need at a gig. I don't really know what to say. It's 188 euros, and it's really well made. It is a good copy of the guitar it's trying to be. It fits well. It does everything nicely, and at the beginning of the demo, I was like, yeah, I don't have one of these style of guitars, one of these scales, and I love the PRS scale. And this would be a good copy for the money. It's a cracking deal. However, the guitar itself is not screaming at me, which could be me today, because I've done a lot of guitar work today, and I might just be guitared out. Guitared, I think is the term. However, this is going to stay with me for another day, and maybe it stays forever, because it's so well built and sounds like nothing else I own. It does. These Roswell pickups are brilliant. I don't know what the Wilkinson ones are like. I'd never played the Wilkinson version. I like the way the guitar feels. I like the balance, because I've put it on a strap earlier and it balances nicely. It again wants to tip that way, which is weird. But let's hope that on a strap it sort of behaves itself. Thanks very much. That's the CST24 Deluxe from Harley Benton, and I'm the Guitar Geek. There's more information in the video description down below, where you can check it and buy it and do all sorts of things. If you want to get one of these lovely little t-shirts here, there's a link for that as well. Don't forget to leave a comment, tell me what you think, and answer any questions, question any answers, and I'll see you in the future. Bye bye.